Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Gaming News Weekly. This week has been, kind of lackluster on news. There's some news that I heard and I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting. I want to talk about. But there's other news that I just just left to the wayside. But let's get into the news. First thing is, well, I just gotta address it. The PlayStation 5 SSD thing. So SSD for PlayStation 5 is in beta test, and the first one announced to be like actually compatible comes out this month because today's August, so it comes out whatever week in August. Seagate is dropping one, and people are on Twitter going crazy because it was like 270 something for the 1 terabyte one. And everybody like, well, the Xbox one is cheaper than that, and you know, fanboy wars go crazy. They talking SSD stuff. Microsoft support, oh my gosh, it was the funniest shit ever. So Microsoft support retweeted a tutorial that they made months ago about the SSD expansion for the Xbox One. They're like, if anybody needs help installing the SSD on the Xbox Series X, here you go. And Sony fans went fucking crazy, bro. Some of the funniest shit I ever seen. And Xbox fans was like, what's wrong with this? They just retweeted their old fucking tutorial on how to install a SSD on an Xbox. And oh man, I know it was just a retweet of something they did. They didn't make like something new, like, oh, let's like do this. Like, but Xbox has really been throwing jabs at Sony all generation. The first thing they did was, how do you turn the Xbox on the side? And they made the video of them just leaning that bitch down. And then the retweet of putting the SSD in the back of the Xbox, that easy. Oh man, that was funny. Sony fans were going wild. They was pissed. And then everybody was like, but remember when Sony did that with the DRM thing for Xbox One? Like, how do you share games on the PlayStation 4? Give game to friend. Done. And then they just cut. That shit was funny. Like, it's funny. That's what it breeds. Like, that is good. It's good for the environment, but fanboys take that shit too far. And that's where the line gets crossed. When fanboys start doing outrageous shit. Like, companies doing that is fine. They're the ones putting the money up to do this shit. Fanboys, on the other hand, they just do this shit just because they think they're better. And it's like, no. You're not better than anybody. You can stop. Let them do their thing. And you just enjoy. But yeah, the SSD thing. And today, Mark Cerny himself, the god of creation for the PlayStation 5, he dropped his SSD, the one that he bought for his PlayStation 5, and it was a WD Black, one of the ones already on the market, and he said it's good. Everybody like, oh, I trust Cerny, I'm going to buy that one. But then people start buying the wrong one. Like in his thread on Twitter, people were buying one. They're like, oh, it's only $99. This is gonna be amazing. They buying it and shit, and there's Sony fans in their thread like, no, the one he bought was 250. You got to get the one with the heatsink on it, or you're gonna be fucked. And people out here buying the wrong SSDs because they saw the one Cerny had. All they seen was the brand name, and they, oh shit, I'm going to buy that one. Cerny got it. They gonna fuck their PlayStation 5s up, and it's sad. Like, it's in beta. Let them figure this shit out before everybody on the PlayStation platform just go out and buy some dumb shit and fuck their PlayStation up. Like, that's why it's in beta. Let them do that. And another thing, people talking about the Xbox only having 1 terabyte and they can go up to 4 for a couple $1,000. And somebody bought like a 2 terabyte for like damn near 500. People like, bro, you just bought another console for space on your Xbox. On your PlayStation. And I'm like, I do want Xbox to make bigger cards. But the convenience of these cards is, hold on, let me snatch this bitch out the back real quick. Because it just, oh fuck. This kind of hard actually. Shit. The thing about snatching this bitch out the back, it was over there, so I had to like reach for it. But like, you can buy 2 or 3 of these and store games on them. And then take them bitches out and sit them somewhere. Label it. So if I bought another 1 terabyte one of these, I can slap every multiplayer game that I barely play unless my friends ask me to on that bitch and leave it somewhere, and then have all the games that I actually play on another one and still have it in there. So then when my friends come and be like, hey, jump in Warzone with me. Warzone's like damn near 200 gigs now. I can go get that fucking card, slap it into the back, and Warzone will be on there ready to play. Easy. Like that convenience has been really good. I do want a bigger one of these. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it when it first launches because I got this one at at launch day, right when the Xbox came. This came with it. It was an unboxing video, but yeah, this is convenient. It works, and like being able to take this bitch out and pop it back in and have two or three of them that just keep popping in and out is easy, convenient, and I kind of like that. But in other news, there's a rumor going around. It got posted. I'm talking about because insiders, they're more reliable than the actual source, but people are reporting his IGN, everybody. Horizon Zero Dawn is been delayed. Sony haven't announced it yet. Sony takes their time with these things. But somebody on the insider said it got delayed. And then IGN then start posting it. And then everybody else start posting it. And now everybody's saying Horizon Zero Dawn is delayed. Like, I don't think it's delayed, not yet. They're probably debating on it. I don't think it's fully delayed yet. Because they don't have any games coming in in 2021 now. Because, like, all their games are delayed into 2022. Because Horizon, God of War, Gran Turismo, the only one that launched was Ratchet and Clank. And now all their games are coming in 2022. So it leaves Sony with Kena. I think that's their biggest game coming now. Is Kena, which is an indie game that they're getting developed for PlayStation, which actually got delayed. But it's still coming in 2021 though, but it did get delayed. So Kena is coming. We don't know if Horizon is coming this year because it's debatable. Like, yeah, the insider said it already got delayed, but no public news is out, so you can't really say something got delayed. But that's how gaming news goes. People just start reporting shit. But yeah, he's a good insider. You can take it for his word, or you can just fucking wait. But big news companies see an insider say some shit on Twitter, and they instantly make a fucking news article about it just to be the first ones to break it. That's dumb. That's dumb. But yeah, it's a rumor. Don't take that shit at face value because some insider and fucking IGN just reposted what an insider said on Twitter. It might be delayed. If it does get delayed, that's all right. Games get delayed all the time. It's better for them to get delayed unless they go into development hell. Then that's a fucking problem. But if it's just getting delayed for some patch ups and some rework, like that's fine. Like let them do their job. They gonna get you the game. You're gonna love the game. Enjoy. Just wait for it. People don't know how to wait, and everybody talk about Xbox had no games because all their games are coming later. Like we can wait for it, bro. Like the whole Xbox One generation. If you were there, niggas was waiting. Niggas was waiting, and we got good games at the end, at the end of the Xbox One, beginning of the Xbox Series X. So it's fine. Halo got delayed from launch to now. And speaking of Halo, next news: Halo's beta has been, they tech preview has been out, and people are loving that shit. They see every time I beta tested a game, I wasn't allowed to share it with the community. So I beta tested a lot of games and alpha tested games and all kind of shit, and I wasn't allowed to record footage or anything. I just had to do that shit in secret, keep it to myself, talk to my friends about it a little bit. Hey, don't tell nobody. But I never got to just post that shit. But the technical preview, everybody got in it. I didn't get in it. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, I tested all this Master Chief Collection shit for nothing. I didn't get the Halo one. I mean, the Infinite one. I mean, I'm kind of upset, but I'm kind of not. But they're enjoying it. Everybody that got in is enjoying it. There's some people like, oh man, this doesn't feel like Halo. Like, bro, you ain't played Halo in probably like 8 years, bro. Because most of y'all skipped Halo 5. Halo 4 was good, but they didn't focus on multiplayer. They focused so much on the story that people didn't focus on multiplayer for that one. So most of y'all was playing Halo 3 like 10 years ago. And they saying like, oh, this doesn't feel like Halo. Come on now, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, Halo is Halo, bro. You can go play Halo 5 right now. Multiplayer slap. But people want to talk down on Halo 5. But the multiplayer slap. And they can't deny that. Yeah, the story was, short, cut up, and convoluted. That's because they was telling two stories at one time real fast. Like, it wasn't because the story was bad. It's just because they was trying to tell too much of the story from two point of views too fucking fast. And that's why the Halo 5 story went like that. But the Halo 5 multiplayer is good. And the Halo Infinite multiplayer, from what I've been seeing and hearing, there's streams everywhere, people making videos, having a good old time. That Halo is back in form. They were making comparison videos to like Halo 3 and how guns work, and they like, bro, it's the same. Like TTK is almost faster in Halo Infinite now, and it's good to hear that Halo is actually getting some praise for once. Cause it's been a long time. Like Halo fans are hard to fucking please for some reason. And then the casual public that's looking for a good shooter, cause Activision is taking a shit on themselves right now, and people are really looking at EA like, we might trust you, but we gotta wait and see. Like they need a beta for EA's game to really get them running. But the technical preview is showing some good in the Halo thing that is happening, which is good news. Because if people are enjoying the multiplayer is gonna be free to play. They can go crazy, do all kind of crazy shit. Niggas putting up clips already, and this the technical beta against bots, bro. And they're already making clips and highlights. Like you're playing against bots, and I know every day of the technical preview, the bots are gonna get stronger because that's what the devs said, that they're gonna like up the difficulty of the bots every day into the end. They're gonna have like the Spartan Elite bots out there or some shit. I don't know. I ain't get to play it. Hopefully I get to play it. Maybe. Hopefully put me in a secret one or some shit. But yeah, Halo's getting some good news out here, and I like to hear that. I like to hear that. In other news, oh shit, bro. Y'all know Digital Foundry, right? The one odd looking one with the glasses, John. John, oh my goodness, bro. They was on John head earlier this week because this man was legit. He went to his local store because he's in the UK. I don't know what store he went to, but he went to his local store, and I'm talking about took the most fanboyish picture of Xbox Series S's on shelves and posted that shit on Twitter. And he was like, finally got to go to my local store today, and look, Xbox Series S is everywhere. And I'm like, bro, I'm talking about fanboy wars all in his comments. He had to shut them bitches off because he knew what he did. He knew he was gonna spark controversy in this shit. And like, you're Digital Foundry, bro. Everybody use your content for fanboy wars. Like, yeah, you probably don't do it on purpose. You're just doing your due diligence, showing people how games perform. But then that man purposely participated in fanboy wars by posting that picture, bro, and people were going ham. And people were like, bro, you went to your local store to squat down. I'm talking about it was the perfect picture. Talking about floor level. Like that nigga John Linneman is kind of fat, bro. Unathletic as hell. Like I know this nigga shouldn't be getting that low, but he really squat down that low to take pictures of a whole bottom shelf row of Xbox Series S's, and that shit was funny. That shit was funny. Oh man, the Twitter comments were just the PlayStation fans was loving that shit too, bro. They're like, he's on our side. The PlayStation Series S sucks. Oh my gosh, bro. That man put himself in a big ass hole with that one. They did have to cut. He had to cut the comments off, bro. He didn't want that no more. He was like, "What did I get myself into?" He knew what he was doing by posting that picture, bro. There's no way you did that shit with no intention of PlayStation fanboys and Xbox fanboys fighting in your comment section on Twitter. But he did it. He posted it, and he got the repercussions for it. But like, it's just gonna bring more light to them on Digital Foundry. That's what fanboys do. They use Digital Foundry for everything. But the last thing in the news, ESRB, Esports Boxing Club. That shit is looking better and better every time I see it. And yeah, it's low key because it's not fight night. Nobody really knows about Esports Boxing Club, but they're developing a boxing game, and that shit looks really fucking good. And the other day they announced that the Gypsy King himself, Tyson Fury, is getting in the game. They scanned him into the game. They showed his character model. I'm talking about the game looks clean, bro. They showed some gameplay of like the way punching and dodging and slipping and weaving works, and like shell punching. Like I used to box back in the day when I was young and agile, and bro, they got boxing good. The footwork, the movement, head movement, body movement, the way slipping and shit looked in that game, bro, was so clean. I just wish Floyd would put himself in the fucking game, but he's not gonna do that because Floyd don't lose. So since Floyd don't lose, Floyd don't get in the game. Like that's not what he does. Unless they gonna pay him a couple $1 million, $1 billion to give him some royalties for every game sold, which gaming companies just aren't. They're not gonna do that. Not for Floyd, but Floyd is that type of nigga, bro. Like he's 51-0, I mean, undefeated god of boxing, and his movement is so smooth. That man just needs to get in the game, bro, because he's needed to be in the game. It's good that Tyson Fury gets in the game though, because now, hey, I'm getting ESBC, and I'm putting him versus Muhammad, bro. I got to, because them niggas are gonna be demons in that ring, and it's gonna be a good show. And then Karimo looks really good too, so I'm excited for that game. They still don't have a release date. They're still working on it, and I think they're making just current gen versions. Well, last gen versions now, because current gen is this Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version. I think they're just making those, and then there's gonna be backwards compatible. So RIP to the PlayStation 5 version and backwards compatibility, because them bitches be running nasty. But the Xbox One and Series X version is gonna be fine, because that's how scaling work on the Xbox side. But yeah, that's it for the gaming news this week. It wasn't nothing substantial, but usually when I post these, more gaming news pops off. So we're gonna see what that's about. So thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all in the next video.